the Norfolk State Men's Basketball Press Conference. From left to right, we have Daryl Anderson, head coach Robert Jones, and number 9, Alan Betrand.
Open statement, right?
Yes,
You're
sir.
supposed to segue into that.
Wonderful.
So, it was good to get back on the court and get a W. Obviously the last time we was on the court, we got it was a loss, and we wanted to get that taste away from us. So it was good to get back. I know it took a little while. It seemed like for us to really get back in that competitive spirit, but once we got going, it's a basketball game. If you're competitive, you got to show up and play. And I think that now after the win, the locker room is a little different. It seems like the locker room now wants to go try to win a championship. So I think we got our competitive juices back, and we'll be ready for Wednesday.
Why did you accept this tournament?
For 2 reasons. Three, maybe 3, maybe 4. But the first I'll say is, I played basketball, so I know that a lot of times, your season could be over involuntarily. You can just lose, you can get an injury, whatever the case may be. And for the seniors, there's no reason for our season to be over voluntarily. There's no reason for us to be like, we don't want to play. For what? Eventually basketball's gonna come to an end. For all of us, came to an end for me. And it's gonna come to an end for these guys. So why not keep playing as long as you can? So that's for the seniors. Then 2, for the guys that's coming back, let's get some postseason experience. Because honestly, what we did this year, yes, we failed in the well, I'm not gonna say failed. It wasn't fail. We don't won 23 games, so there's no failure. We lost in the semifinals, and for us, maybe we need some postseason experience so it can carry over into next year. At the time, the team that we lost to did have probably a little bit more postseason experience than we did, so we probably needed that. And we needed this tournament. And then 3, for me as a coach, I love basketball, and I have a passion for basketball. So this right here, playing this tournament is way better than sitting at home watching TV. I tell you that much. So I'd rather do this, and I'd rather the guys enjoy this experience. And now we'll be, potentially could be one of the only 4 teams in the whole country that finish with a win. So there's only gonna be 4 teams in the whole country that finish with a win, and we want to be one of them.
Daryl, how good did this one feel after the season you've had, where there's been ups, downs, missed games, injuries? How good did that one feel today?
Most definitely. It always feels good to come home and protect the crib and be able to contribute and help the guys out. So I was just super excited to finish up the year right at home.
Obviously, it's so nip and tuck in that instance, and then those back-to-back threes. How much did that energize you, and just how much did you feel that kind of split in a game where you kind of had to split some hairs in order to pull away?
Most definitely. I just seen the hunger in my teammates' eyes as well. So I just I think we just wanted to find a way to win, and luck was on my side today. Ball went in, so definitely was a huge energy boost for us.
Coach, you guys shot 62% in the second half. Was that more of, in the first half, shots just weren't falling, or, didn't like the looks that you were getting? What was the difference between the first and second half?
We just took better shots in the second half. The first half, and I told the guys at halftime, and we had a couple gentlemen on our team that were taking shots that didn't take all season. It was like all of a sudden we just going to just take shots. No, we're trying to win. Like I told the guys a couple days ago, if we're going to do this thing, we're gonna try to win this thing. Like, we're not gonna just come and play and show up. But in the first half, it felt like we were in that mode. Guys were just taking fadeaways, taking hook shots, taking all types of stuff that they're not supposed to take. And we cleaned it up in the second half and played the way we've been playing all year. And the results were totally different. It was an 18-point turnaround. And what we won by 18 and a half. I should say.
Hey, Alan, how were you guys able to pull away in the second half?
On our shooter, we was really trying to find him. We was just trying to just go. Cause first half we was lazy. We was just lackadaisical. So we was just trying to go.
Yeah, it didn't seem like the energy was there.
Yeah, it wasn't there. I feel like we just came out and thought we was gonna blow him out. Thought we was gonna lay down. But second half he got on us. So we just picked it up and we was capable of.
Coach, on the back of that, you talk about energy. You inserted Chris Fields into the starting lineup in the second half, and it felt like he brought some activity. How much did he shift things, even if it doesn't show in the scoring column, with rebounds, activity defensively? How much did Chris help change some of that with the energy?
I didn't do that. He didn't start the second half.
Oh, he didn't start the second
No,
half?
he came in with about 18-13 in the second half.
So he played a lot.
So that wasn't me.
And how much did his effort in the second half kind of give some activity and some energy? So.
Oh, no, it was great. It was great. Chris Fields is a kid that he can score the ball. There's no secret about it. There's other parts of his game that he needs to continue to work on, but he has a knack for scoring the basketball. And when it's a nip and tuck game, you need a guy who can score the basketball. He might score the basketball probably better than the rest of our forwards. Now, the rest of our forwards might do some other things better. They're a little taller and things like that, but he's probably our best scoring forward that we have, even as a freshman. So at this point, he's not a freshman anymore. He didn't play 34 college basketball games. I don't think anybody on the team looks at him as a freshman anymore. You know, I don't look at him as a freshman. I'm gonna put him in tough moments because he's earned the right to be there.
Did you manage the difference differently today?
Did I manage differently?
Yeah, but my like dispersing the minutes amongst the players.
Well, we had to make some lineups because Jamari didn't play.
Correct.
You know, so we had to do. I mean, you know, Daryl started. You know, he played great in Jamari's absence. Hopefully, Jamari will be back for the championship game because at the end of the day, you know, he is our leading scorer, and even though we played well today without him, we can sure use him. You know, so you know, hopefully he'll be back Wednesday. And what capacity, I don't know. Maybe it's a limited capacity, maybe it's a full capacity. I don't know, but definitely we would like him back for Wednesday for the championship game so we can be whole. So yeah, I did have to manage a lot differently today because a guy that normally plays 30 minutes and averages 17 points a game wasn't there. But once again, I told the guys in the locker room, credit to the guys who stepped up. We have 5 double-digit scorers today. You know, we haven't had that in a while. We've flirted around with 3, sometimes 4 every now and then, but I don't know the last time we had 5 this year. So I'm happy that all these guys stepped up. You know, we had 18 assists. That was great. Only 7 turnovers, which was something I should have talked about in the locker room. I'm going to have to talk about it in practice, but it was great to see that.
Coach, when you have 2 seniors like this that you know this is it, this is their final run, and they perform like they did today, does it feel a little bit extra special for them knowing that, hey, this could be, any minute could be the last one here for these guys?
Yeah, this is all about, for them, I told them this, you know, this is, you know, because we could easily decline the invitation. You know, it wasn't like it was hard to do. You know, we could just say we're not going to play. But, you know, once again, me being a former basketball player many years ago, I didn't want my career to come to an end, and I'm trying to infuse that in these guys that play as long as you can, you know, because eventually your college career is going to come to an end, and then hopefully these 2 guys get, you know, some pro capacity in some ways. Is that I'm telling them that in whatever league you're in, whether the NBA, overseas, or whatever it is, it's nothing going to be like the camaraderie in college basketball. Once you're a pro, you start to do your own thing. You know, you might click with somebody a little bit, but you're never going to be in a locker room hanging out for 2 hours when you're a pro. You know, life is going on. So I want them to enjoy this, and you know, we'll see what happens the next game. I don't know if we're on the road or if we're going to be home again at Eccles. We'll see.
You said that championship game is Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't have anything on the website, so we didn't know.
Yeah, it says, well, let me re-quote that. Either Wednesday or Thursday due to travel, potentially.
Gotcha.
So, but they're shooting for Wednesday
Cool.
to wrap it up.
Gotcha.
Daryl, around that 9-minute mark, you picked up your 4th foul. So what was your mentality going those last 9 minutes so you can not foul and to continue to produce offensively?
Honestly, I didn't know I had 4 fouls. That's probably better than I did. Because I probably played like I had 4 fouls, but I just wanted to stay active, stay involved in the game, help my team in any way.
Those back-to-back threes you had were kind of like, I would think maybe turning point of the game there. What was going through your mind there when those shots were coming up? Did they feel good?
Honestly, it's something that, you know, we do a couple times in practice. I look at my guys and they'll just give me a look, and I just know that, you know, the ball might be coming my direction, and I was just ready for it. It felt good, and just was able to knock them down.
No Tyrese Jenkins on the bench. It kind of seemed like in the game. What's his status for the next game?
I don't know. I think he opted out, but he never told me. So
Cool.
it's cool with me.
Gotcha.
Coach, you had an interesting tweet today about the 4 area teams.
Oh, I forgot about that tweet.
And but you said, okay, so you said you knew some new coaches,
Yeah.
Hampton, William and Mary.
Mhm.
You already played those guys. You don't play Old Dominion. Was that directed towards Old Dominion?
No, it was directed towards everybody. You know, because I think that Old Dominion don't play some other teams, so it's like I think everybody. You know, there's no reason why we have 4 quality teams in the 7-5-7. And all of us, no matter who we think we are, we all have budget constraints. You know, some budgets are a little bigger than others, but we all have constraints. Like we don't have neither team in the 7-5-7 has a Kentucky budget, right? You know, so, you know, why not get quality games against each other? Get that Big 5 Philly, you know, field when they got St. Joe's, and, you know, St. Joe's in the A-10, you got Villanova in the Big East. No one cares that they're in 2 different conferences. Drexel's in the CAA, you know, I think LaSalle's in the A-10, you know, so it's like, let's get that going. I mean, we could play neutral, we could go to scope. You know, maybe one year, maybe it's us versus William and Mary, play the win of Hampton Old Dominion. You know, and then every year just rotate. Or maybe it's not a tournament, maybe it's just a classic. And we just rotated, you know, who we play. But I think it would be great for the area. This area, you know, obviously this area doesn't have a professional basketball team, so I think that it gets into college sports. And all the 4 teams, you know, I know William and Mary's been kind of up and down recently, but in previous years they were good. You know, we were at a high level. Old Dominion's getting to a high level. You know, Hampton's going to get back to where they're going to get back to. William and Mary's going to get back to where they're going to get. That would be great for the area. So I think that we need to just put down our egos and just all come together and do this 7-5 Summer Classic for the people.
Is that something that you would talk to the other head coaches about, or is that something that athletic directors?
Right,
would
athletic
talk to?
directors, coach. I mean, usually if the coaches could agree, the athletic director's going to do what we ask. You know, sometimes the coaches don't agree, so then the athletic directors might want to do what they want to do. You know, stuff like that. So you know, it is what it is. But that's something that shouldn't be hard to do. You know, I don't know why. I mean, it's my 11th year as a head coach, 17th overall. I don't know why it hasn't been done. You know, it makes no sense why we're all too close in proximity to be able to not play each other every. Of course, we're going to keep playing Hampton. That's the forever rival. You know, but everybody else. I think we in our last year of our William and Mary contract. So you know, we'll see if we renew that or not with the new coach who got hired today. Congrats to him. But we'll see what happens.
I mean, 80s like money, right? And I would think that this would be the fans. I think the fans want it.
I mean, I think you could rotate, even if you have it at the home sites. Just rotate every year. You know, maybe Norfolk State hosts the whole Classic one year. Maybe Old Dominion hosts the whole Classic one year. You know, William and Mary. It'll be a moneymaker. Just like, there's no secret when Norfolk State and Old Dominion, not Old Dominion, Hampton plays, right? Those are our two biggest games all year. You know, I mean, and even when we played Old Dominion a couple years ago, if you look at their stats, that was the biggest game they had that year. So why not do that every year? And everybody can make a little bit of money, you know? So I don't, once again, maybe that's why I'm not an ADM coach. You know, maybe I'm making too much sense, you know, and stuff like that. But, I mean, I don't understand why we don't play. Everybody, not just the two of us. Everybody. So, cause before you go get a sound bite and be all types of shit happening.
I mean, Alan and
Like I said,
He agrees. Yeah, most definitely.
yeah, I think it'd be good for the area.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really would.
Yeah.
Are there any more questions?
Good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.